Hi, welcome to another episode of That's the Thing Accident Core plus R. It is episode point three. I don't know.
3-7.
And it is August the 9th.
Yeah, August 9. 9/9/99. Was that when the Dreamcast came out? No, that was September. September was 9/9/99. We're
Yeah.
in 8/9/21.
Starting route to Marshalls. Proceed to Ramsey Street.
So,
And turn right.
oh, you have the thing on.
Yeah, there's a GPS going
Okay,
in the background.
that's cool. Anyway, we're just
Turn
chatting
right onto Ramsey Street.
about.
Turn left.
No, I gotta talk. No one can. They can't hear where you are. The internet will find you. They'll find your route.
I can mute myself for a bit then.
No, it's
Stop sign.
okay. I don't
Turn left
thi-
onto
no,
North
that's
Johnson.
our special guest this week.
Siri.
Yeah. Nolan says he will be on in a sec. So how did the
Okay.
move go? You can talk about that.
So the first day of driving was supposed to be 10 hours. But then, you get the trailer and you look at when you're towing a car, your max speed limit is supposed to be like 55 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to
At the
be.
next traffic lights, turn left.
But even then, it's also your car hooked up to the back. So it's like, well, I guess I'm responsible to make sure nothing happens to my own car. So maybe I'll stay a little closer to that 55.
So you floored it.
No. So what was supposed to be like 10 hours to get us to Texarkana for me was 13 hours of driving that day.
Ugh.
Yeah. And even not driving the car, the truck, Kelsey still had to do 12 hours of driving.
Ugh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of driving.
Yeah.
You know what's
And
weird
then-
on the interstate is I find I just keep going faster and faster on the interstate. I'll just be driving and I'll look down and my car's at 85. Uh-oh.
That's not good.
And I gotta slow down a little bit.
Never mind.
Because there's just no one there. You're just cruising.
That's on top of the brakes. Yeah, it's ridiculous how.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
But yeah, so day 2 was supposed to be just 6 hours, and then there's apparently some massive accident on I-35 south, and so it just added an extra hour to the drive.
Oh yeah, accident congestion. I love it.
And that's also with getting off of the highway and then driving through some cornfields to go around the accident.
Oh, you went fancy.
Well, Google did. Also, Google Maps, I'm done with. It was so bothersome for so much of the drive, where it would be like, hey, keep left up here. And I'm like, oh, okay, the interstate forks or whatever. All right. And then, no, there's just an exit it didn't want me to take.
Oh, it's doing that.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. Okay, here's some hot takes.
Ooh.
Here's some hot traffic takes.
Yeah.
I am not a fan of when one road turns into another road for no reason.
Yep.
You'll just be on I'm just gonna make it up. You're on I-1, Interstate 1, and then Interstate 1 is just gonna turn into Interstate 7. But
No,
you're
so,
still going straight.
So Roan Street, whenever it gets to the top of the hill where Science Hill is, and it's just hard left. But if you just keep going straight, it turns into West Market.
Yeah, I hate that.
West Market, and it's just what?
I hate that. It's so confusing. And it's not like it's a new
can't-
street or whatever. That's okay.
Yeah.
I can accept that. But when it's just something where it just turns in on an interstate, they knew
Yeah,
Yeah. But that's
but but it's very fun to drive on back roads through cornfields in a 16-foot trailer with a car attached.
Oh yeah. I always find when I'm
Uh,
driving one of those trucks that I feel like I'm both invincible and incredibly fragile at the same time.
Okay, so the terrifying part is you cannot see your car behind the.
Ooh, I don't like
moving
that.
car. Yeah, you can't see it. You can see the trailer wheels, like that the car's attached to, but you can't see the car unless you're going through like a 90-degree turn off the
Ugh.
highway.
Oh,
So it's
that's
just you're just moving and you're just like, well, I hope it's still there. I don't see an accident behind me, so it should still be there.
oh man. Like I could just you saying that made my stomach just clench right up inside of me. I'm like, ah.
Yes.
Just the idea of like you pulling somewhere, it's like, oh no, it's gone.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like Drew gets to Texas and his car ain't there. And
Yeah.
you go, well, it's somewhere 16 miles hours back.
It's got to be somewhere between there and here.
Ugh.
But
Ugh.
also, shout outs to the dumbest town name we saw on the drive here is Arkadelphia.
Oh, I like it. That sounds like a Disney Channel show that about like an aardvark town.
See, to me, it just like reinforces Arkansas doesn't know how to name anything. They're just like, oh, just put R in front of it. It's fine. Arkansas. Arkadelphia.
Arkadelphia.
Ark, New York.
Ark New York. That's a good name. Neo Ark New York. I'm in it.
But the town itself, I really like. It feels like you're at the beach,
Oh.
you know, where like everything's flat
Yeah.
and like all the like it's kind of got that like a little bit of sandy vibe to it.
Yeah.
Except then there's no actual beach.
Oh, so it's like a hidden. So it's like the. But do you have like the go-karts?
No, so it also doesn't have the touristy stuff either.
Oh, okay. So you're not in Ocean's Shores.
Mostly for the like college town bits.
I see.
Okay. Also, Texas has the most bizarro situation because so much of the road will be like the access road beside the highway. And so it'll be like, okay, well, you need to drive down this road and then do a U-turn at the next junction and then like come back. But so you'll get into the U-turn lane, which drives on the furthest left-hand side of the road. Like, so it goes like U-turn lane, oncoming traffic lane, regular traffic lane.
I don't like the sound of that.
It's weird. It's so genius, but it's weird.
That also gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah. Also, I spent like $300 on gas for the truck for the drive.
Oh yeah.
Like, they're thirsty boys.
Well, yeah. That truck is drinking for two.
Yeah.
Did the cats do okay?
I think so. I wound up having cellos in the cab, and then the cats went with Kelsey. But they seemed like, especially the one who's normally anxious and jittery, Kitty. She did not hide in the room
at all.
Yeah, even at the hotel, she was still doing some exploring in the hotel room.
Really thought she
Well, that's good.
That's a
Yeah.
great name.
wasn't trying to attack the other cat.
Yeah, she didn't do any like attacking or hissing more than she normally does.
I think she hissed once.
Yeah. So
That's good.
you know, it's done. So come see us sometime.
Maybe.
We've mostly got the house in order, the apartment in order.
Man, if I do ever visit and then you go, time to pack up the moving again. I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Because I told that story to Drew. I'll tell it. I'm keep telling it. But one of the reasons why I broke up with my ex-girlfriend years ago is I helped her move out of an apartment into another one. And then, like, when she got into that apartment, she was like, okay, this is good, and I'm going to be moving again in, like, 3 months. And I'm like, I'm done. Just done. I'm like, that was one of the straws. Like, I'm not doing 2 moves. That was a bad. I'm not doing it. How you doing, Nolan? You doing all right? Playing that Final Fantasy?
Yeah, now I'm actually really getting into it.
It's good.
Because I now have a computer that can run it pretty well. So I've been just using it, playing it on my computer rather than my PlayStation, and it's a lot better.
Oh yeah, like it's good.
It's like a huge difference.
I really enjoy it.
I also got it because Nikki was like, I want to play WoW, but I don't want to pay for it because I don't really like it.
Oh well,
and
yeah.
I told her, I want a solution for you.
Yeah, you can just play Final Fantasy. You can play like a lot of it.
Yes. That's what I told her. Like, you can play a lot of it.
You could play like the base game and an expansion unlimited for free. Basically, and what I would say is once you start hitting like midway through because I think there's a money cap of 300,000 and the level cap of 60. And I would say if you approach either of those, then you should probably just sub. If you got to the point where you're getting like close to maxed out money or levels, then yeah, just sub because you're gonna keep playing it.
No, yeah, like I literally just showed her the character list, and it's like, yeah, I want to play this.
It's good.
Give me the short potato girl.
Oh, okay. So what did you choose?
Oh, I always pick Ro, no matter what.
Hell yeah!
I like Rose.
Hell yeah! That's what it is. Did you Ro dude or Ro girl?
Ro dude.
Good. Yeah, I went Femro because I had to make the waifu, the large waifu.
That's what Nikki did. She made a big Ro girl, and then she made a little Lalafell girl.
I think it's really fun. So, what's really kind of funny is that like everyone I know, almost everyone I know that's playing 14 has made a Ro character. The only everyone except my one of my WoW friends who made like a Lalafell. So everyone is huge.
You got the top tier pick. Why are you gonna go for anything else?
Oh yeah. I mean, my choice was going to be, I think I did on Twitter. It was like Fembro or male Lalafell. And then I went Fembro.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, yo, it's the best. It also works in the cutscenes because there's like almost no Rogadin characters that are story characters. So it makes sense. It looks fine, your guy being there, because you already have the elf, the Lalafell, there's like the humans, and then there's like some of the other, like the bunny people and the dragon people are going to show up, but there's not a lot of Ro main characters. So it's like, yeah, that's me. It looks good in like the height chart.
Oh yeah.
What job you went with?
I'm currently gladiator, and my other 2 jobs are miner and goldsmith.
Hell yeah! I went gladiator paladin. I think it's good. It's good for tanking.
I thought that probably too, more than the other 2.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's a easy tank rotation. You got a lot of defensives, and apparently later on, like way later, you get like magic. So like instead of your ranged attack being that shield throw, you get like spells to attack, and your entire thing is you use your melee to get your mana, and then you use your spells that do more mana, and that's kind of what you do.
That's pretty cool.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm also on the same server as you too. So
Okay.
whenever I get my level up a little more, I'm gonna start like branching out.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like you just do whatever the heck you want. Like if you have bought the subscription, or when you buy the subscription, let me know and you can join our free company.
Yeah.
If,
Like my whole plan was like, oh, because I have you and I have another friend, and you're both on different servers. So I'm like, well, let me see if I like it. If I know I'm going to like it, then I'll just make another character on the other server and buy like the level up potion.
yeah, that's kind of what that's for. Or just choose whatever you want. You can also just transfer your character over. Eventually, it's like in the next expansion, apparently they're implementing where it doesn't matter what server they're on. You can just move your character and play with them.
Oh, that'd be great.
So that's coming, and that's one of the things we're like, oh yeah, everyone's thrilled about that. So yeah, you just go on their server, join their group, do a dungeon, and then you're good. Like you can't do the free company stuff, but that doesn't matter as much as like hanging out and doing a dungeon.
Yeah,
But yeah, like that game's it's just good.
it's fun. I'm actually really enjoying it.
It's eating my time. It's what I'm most.
I never thought I would enjoy running around hitting minerals, then going back to hit other minerals.
Oh yeah, man. So yesterday or whatever this was, I just decided to do fishing as a joke, and I really like the fishing.
See, I had a problem because my Twitch wasn't working, and I just wanted to send you the message. Women fear me, fish love me.
Yeah, because but like you start fishing, and then you gradually get fishing skills. So like instead of just throwing the fish, put it in, you get like a fishing buff, and then you have to select the correct like fish lure to get more fish, and you're like, it's like, yo, they put some work into this. There's Fishing Quest. Big fan. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, 14's fun. The other stuff I've been up to is I finally sat down and watched Monster Hunter, the movie.
Oh, dang.
How was it, Nolan?
It isn't the worst thing I've seen.
On a scale of Resident Evil to Resident Evil 7, starring Mila Jovovich, how was it?
It's Resident Evil 3.
Ooh. Ooh.
If that puts it in context.
Ooh, that's not good. That is not good at all. But yeah, like I just...
Yeah, they have all the favorite characters that everyone loves from Monster Hunter in there. Like that one the A-lister recruit.
Yeah, the guy that you like talked that has like doesn't even have a name, just a role.
Yeah, Guild Marn, and then other guild handlers.
Wow.
And of course, my favorite, Ron Perlman, who's the only person that speaks English because he, and I quote, studied the other world. That's our world.
Oh man, that means like they're trying to connect that to the live-action Monster Hunter movie.
Oh no, it sets up a sequel too. Because at the end, Ron Perlman, and so the whole point of it is like, all right, we got to get you to the portal to get you home, and then we got to steal the portal, but it's guarded by the most powerful creature in the world, a Rathalos. No one's ever defeated a Rathalos before.
Oh man, no! This movie sounds like a prequel to Mila Jovovich Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
That movie was bad. I watched that movie.
Yeah, it's awful. The other thing I watched this week, which I'm actually happy about, is Jellystone.
Yeah. How is Hanna-Barbera Chowder?
It's really good. It's real good.
Okay, I'm glad. Because, like, I looked at that and I was like, yeah, that's Hanna-Barbera Chowder. I'm glad that it's actually good.
Anytime Top Hat and the crew are doing something, that's the best episode.
Oh. Interesting.
I also like the episode with Daddy, Doggy, and Augie.
Yeah, Augie
because
Doggy.
they're just really good episodes. It's really balanced because there's a lot of like, oh well, this episode I was for a kid, and there's a little more like grown up.
Well, because
episode.
Yeah, because like you're dealing with Hanna-Barbera characters, and the people that know who those characters are from ages like 5 to my dad's age, like 60s. Yeah. So you got a lot of reach there.
It mainly focuses on like Yogi and Boo Boo. So Yogi and the other girl bear are both doctors, and Boo Boo's a nurse at the hospital.
Oh, yeah. So they made Cindy Bear.
I guess half the episodes are them getting into like mischief, and then the remaining like half of the episodes are just random characters doing stuff throughout their day.
It's like, yo, here's the Jabberjaw episode. Enjoy it.
Jabberjaw's trying to get. She wants to become the assistant manager. That's her dream. Captain Caveman finds a frozen kid, and oh no, it's his son. Now he's got to drop off his adult like responsibilities and hang out with his son. He can't go hang out with his friends anymore.
That's cool. Like that just makes me smile. Drew apparently absconded due to troubles, but that's okay. He will return if needed.
Yeah, we got what was it?
You cut out.
Augie is probably my favorite character from that show.
All right.
This is something they did. They changed a lot of the genders. So like Jabberjaw's female.
Yeah.
Augie's a girl now. Yankee Doodle's a girl. I'm fine with it.
Oh, I'm fine with it because this is not the canon. This is just, hey, here's our character. Like this show could be just whatever, but they're just using basically the Hanna-Barbera because they had them, and they're just kind of mixing them around. Like it's like how the Looney Tunes show, which I think we've talked, it's just like, yeah, this is just a version of them. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Kevin, I in particular think you'll like the Top Hat crew.
I'll consider it.
Especially like one or two characters in it.
Are they pro gamers? Did they get their gamer chair?
Kinda.
Good. Now I'm intrigued. Top Cat has to do a hot tub stream. A minute.
They do the classic. The kids are trying to get into the movie theater, so they got to dress up as an adult.
Oh, that's good. I always like that.
It's a good one because what happens is they get really successful as an adult, keep knocking people out and putting them under the coat.
Good. See, that's already funny. Like, that makes me chuckle just thinking about it. Of, like, trying to be a scam adult, and then it goes way too far, and now you're, like, a CEO. Just like, oh, no. Just wanted to go see the PG-13 movie.
I love Huckleberry Hound. It was the mayor of the town.
That's a good role for Huckleberry Hound.
Anytime, he's got a southern drawl, and anytime something goes bad, he's like, oh no, don't know what I'm going to do about this. There's one.
You cut out for a little bit.
Oh, there's like one moment he like curls up in the fetal position, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel kind of depressed now."
I'm a big fan of the fetal position.
It's great. I there's nothing else I can say about it. Watch it. I haven't seen the new Suicide.
I have not also seen the new Suicide Squad movie.
I'll be seeing that next week. I did see Snake Eyes, but that sucked. So
Okay.
whatever.
I've watched Jason Statham Wrath of Man, the Guy Ritchie Jason Statham movie.
Okay, is that good?
It's pretty good. Like it's I don't think it's the best Guy Ritchie movie, and the plot doesn't make a lot of sense because like kind of like it's more style over substance, and it's like it's hard to recommend because talking about it I'm gonna say like yeah it's not as good as like The Transporter, and it's not as the most stylish Guy Ritchie movie, but it's a good movie and it's interesting and it's pretty stylish, and I enjoyed it. I liked what happened there.
You know what? That's good enough for me to go see it.
It's if you want a stylish action movie that's pretty good, I recommend it. Like I recommend it if you want a action movie that with like there's not like a lot of meat on that bone. Like you're not gonna get like a lot of story and character, but you're gonna get like, yo, that's cool. Yeah, that was cool. Oh man, they're building up for something, and then the something happens. You go, oh okay. And it's pretty good. Jason Statham does drive a car and he does kill people. So overall, very nice. I think this week the movie I'm gonna watch is there's like a Simon Pegg movie where he's an assassin, and it's on like
That's a good one.
yeah, like I'm gonna watch that with my dad because we're like yeah let's watch that. Also, man, we started watching Leave It to Beaver. Have you seen Leave It to Beaver?
I've only seen the like 2000s movie, and that was it.
Okay, so like the classic show Leave It to Beaver is not bad. I think people think Leave It to Beaver is more wholesome than it actually is, because like it's kind of not. I mean, it is going to be because it's the 50s and 60s and like I think it's like 50s. Yeah, but so you're gonna be like, oh, okay, but it's really not, because like sometimes it's funny intentionally and sometimes it's funny unintentionally. Yeah, it's like 50s, but yeah, it ain't bad. It ain't bad. We've watched that while we eat dinner because it's kind of like mindless. Like at least season 1, there's a lot of like it gives me vibes of kind of like semi-dysfunctional family, but like the 1950s version, so it's not that dysfunctional.
Okay. It's not Malcolm in the Middle then.
No, but there is some Malcolm in the like the dad kind of reminds me of Hal because he fucks up a lot and like gets into shenanigans. But it's always like 1950. So they're like the shenanigans aren't the hugest shenanigans, but like the dad has a real Hal vibe to him where he's like trying to impress people and it doesn't quite work. And he tries to like tell his kids how to do something and it doesn't quite work. And you're like, okay. Like for the era, I feel like it was subversive, but it really isn't.
That's pretty good then.
It's not bad. It's not bad. But it's one of those things where like I don't know if I can recommend it, but it ain't bad. It ain't what you think.
It's like recommending the Andy Griffith Show. It's like, yeah, watch it if you want.
Yeah.
It's good.
The only old show I still recommend is The Rifleman, because I think The Rifleman holds up. Because it's legitimately interesting. Because it has like It's just short little thing. Like there's one episode, man, where like a guy breaks out of prison, and then he wants to show that he's like still a good outlaw. So like he takes like the marshal hostage in the general store, and he's basically saying like, I'm the baddest man still around, and no one, and at high noon or whatever, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna kill whoever tries to stop me from leaving. It's like the rifleman just walks out and waits for him at 12 noon. The outlaw, he comes outside the door and then he just breaks down and starts crying because he lost it. He's like, I can't do it. I'm a coward. And you're like, wow, just the man broke down, completely broke down and lost it. And you're like, oh, I was not expecting that ending. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, but a lot of my day, I've just been playing Final Fantasy. Been enjoying it. It's been good. Did you see new Street Fighter stuff?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, do we want to wait for Drew before we start getting to some of the news?
Oh, we can just talk about it. Like he can always chime in. Like it's gonna be his opinions on Luke will be evergreen.
Yeah, it's
like Luke and Oro and stuff like that's, and Akira.
honestly, in my opinion, I've given up on Street Fighter V. I'm just waiting for 6.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna go back and play it. I'm not gonna go, but what I see of the later characters actually gives me hope for Street Fighter 6 because they seem like Oro and Akira and I guess Luke, they look different. And I like that. Like I like how Akira has her air juggle system where she launches you and then can do a little combo in the air. Like that seems fun. Oro looks wild. Which is
But they'll probably put out some more stuff about Luke this weekend since it's Evo.
yeah. Oh, it is Evo. Yeah, like I completely forgot. I was talking with Drew
I
before.
forgot to.
It doesn't seem like I don't care as much. I think a lot of that is just it's sort of like the Olympics where I'm not watching TV as much. So like I don't care.
The only times I've seen the Olympics is when I go out to eat somewhere and they have the Olympics playing on the TV.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Drew, arrive.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. What do you think about Street Fighter stuff? That's what we just started talking about.
Okay. I haven't played Street Fighter since Guilty Gear came out. I kind of am interested in Akira, but not super. Like, I might touch it again, but like... And, okay, what's the... Luke?
Yeah,
That's
Luke.
the new guy, right?
Yep.
Is he supposed to be like the Alex for Street Fighter 6?
I think he's Abel.
I don't think he's Abel.
I think he's Abel.
Like,
Well, like, not actually Abel, but like, he's the Abel.
okay.
Like, he might
That
be
same idea.
he might be Abel's Adon, if that makes sense.
I don't think so, because I think there's like rumored ties between like Abel and Remy, because they're both French, and then
Yeah.
like Abel works so much with Guile, and then Remy has like sonic booms and flash kicks.
Yeah. Well, like,
But I don't know, they said something with his release of like that maybe imply he's
I think
gonna be like that.
he's a Street
Street
Fighter
Fighter
6.
6 kinda-
Yeah, he's a Street Fighter 6 character.
Yeah.
They said like he's the future of the series or something.
Yeah. So I think he's gonna be like Alex in Third Strike, where they say that and then it's still just Reed.
Oh, it's probably not. Oh, of course. No, that's just what it's going to be. But like, just from watching like the breakdowns of the new characters, to me, what that does is it gives me hope for Street Fighter 6 that they're going to be a little bit more little bit more zany with it. That's basically my Street Fighter 6 opinions. Or Street Fighter 5 opinions is I'm like, yeah, Street Fighter 6 is going to be interesting. But yeah, like there's just not really much going on in terms of like I'm thrilled about.
Yeah.
Like
It's also the netcode to that game could be better. And
that's
I like being able to run.
I think part of it is like so I haven't been playing much Strive. I'm one of the guys who will buy a fighting game, play it for about like a couple weeks, and then stop. I am that guy. I enjoy my time with it, but like I'm that guy. And like and for me it's like if the game's online isn't good, at least in this point, then it doesn't exist to me. Like
Yeah.
I really like Tekken, but if Harada is on his like crusade of no good netcode in Tekken, then it doesn't count.
I think, didn't it get better this past year? Didn't they release a patch that helped the netcode improve? I don't think it's absorbing the delay like Virtua Fighter does, but
I just know that every time he does one of his interviews, he just keeps railing about like he doesn't want the rollback netcode because he says it'll make the animations look kind of janky. But then it's like, yeah, but right now it's unplayable. You'll have unplayable matches. I'd rather have like a janky looking match that's playable.
So Tekken 7's in the position where like it's already developed. Okay, it was developed after rollback could have been implemented, but like you really need to implement that like in the early processes so that way everything comes together.
Yeah, like you gotta. I think from now on, like that has to be If I was doing a fighting game, priority one is that it plays well online. Like it just has to play well online. Oh, okay, so like priority one is the game is fun, but then like priority two is that it has to play well online. Not even like amazing, it just has to play well. But yeah, I don't know. Evo's going on. I'm not interested. I don't know if there's anything. It's weird because we are technically in a quote unquote video game drought, but I still have a lot of crap, basically because of like Final Fantasy. I'm like, I don't care. I don't feel it. I do not.
There's like a bunch of indies that came out recently. That's been about it.
Yeah. It's
like I hear people raving about like Death War and Returnal.
Yeah, I think, and it's some of those like because as like PlayStation 5 and stuff availability actually gets out there, then people are like rediscovering stuff where it's like, oh yeah, this game that I couldn't play, now I can.
Yeah, I don't know. It's also Skullgirls is going on today, so like I don't care about that. I may want Guilty Gear, but also like there's a patch coming for Guilty Gear at the end of this month.
Oh yeah, like they talked about their balance and stuff.
Supposed to come in
and then
August.
Yeah, and then there's supposed to be like a system-wide changes coming in like October.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see. Hopefully there's some mostly buffs, but like you guys have seen how much damage Heavy Volcanic Viper does.
Yeah.
So
I think they should just overbuff Angie and make him the best character in the game. I think that'd be real good. I'd consider going back. You know, they can make.
I think Marvin has infinite blood rage, but it doesn't decrease health, and then he's perfect.
Like just.
I mean, I already think Nagoriyuki's good. I don't think anything needs to happen.
Angie needs Fujin Naniha to not be like a fake string. Like you can do Fujin Rin that'll combo, but Fujin Naniha, the overhead, is not. So like you can get jabbed out of that shit.
That should not be a real string, Kevin. That needs to be reactable.
No!
Because that's the mix-up.
No!
You keep doing the low until you have to condition them to know the low is coming, and then you can do the other thing.
No, he has nothing.
Which also
he has like
then,
no wake-ups.
We going to the
Yes, his butterfly takes way too long. That shit's useless. Like speed that up.
No, Kevin, that's on knockdown. You need to do.
You can't even do it on knockdown. You knock him down and you start doing the butterfly, and by the time like the animations, they are up and jumping. They're already doing it. Butterfly's trash.
So yeah. Well, I mean, I'll agree. Anji needs some improvements, but also, I'm not going to listen to you for what those improvements.
Just make Naughty Ha true combo. Let's go. Let's go. True combo overhead.
Listen, we're talking about
Kevin, then you won't get the.
What?
If it's a true combo, you won't get the reset damage.
The true nerfs.
No, we gotta just.
Yeah, take that dolphin away.
Yeah. Just remove the dolphin.
Yeah, seriously. All 4 of them.
Yeah, all the dolphins are now removed and been replaced with a character that just deletes the game.
Take the anchor away too. Okay, so I swear, it's probably, I don't know for sure, but I swear I was playing someone on Hitbox just because they could go do dolphin. I'm like, I bet you're just holding back the whole time, and you tap forward and dolphin, and you just keep doing forward and dolphin. And it'll count as being charged the whole time.
How about we just give Angie Mito the dolphin? That'd be pretty good.
Yeah, but give it butterfly startup.
No startup. Instant. You just instead you hit back. You just hit back heavy slash. He just gets Totsugeki. He just gets it. Basically, what I'm trying to say is buff my character. Make him not the worst character.
I don't think he's the worst character.
Oh no, I mean like,
obviously that's Kai, Kevin. Kai's obviously the worst character. All my wins with him are just speak to my talent and ability.
I'm not even saying that.
I don't think there's any character there that isn't like below B tier. They're all B tier and above.
I agree. It's like damage is so high that even if they're not great, they can still overcome human ability to block.
Yeah. Listen, you get someone in that Fujin Naniha and the Fujin Rens, and then they get real mad. And then you just hit them with that counter hit. The problem is like hitting with that counter hit Naniha, and then you just do it again, and then do like the upward one, Roman cancel, and then they just die, and you go, I'm a genius.
Yeah, I really like when you get them in the Kai mix-up of I just ran at you, I did standing kick, which hits low, into a knockdown, into run-up, standing kick, and they're just not blocking their ankles. They never block their ankles.
Yeah.
You can tell they're mashing super, but they got bad inputs and even worse timing.
Yeah. In conclusion, Guilty Gear's pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. If you want to play it, just hit me up on Twitter at DrewOrFalse, and I'll play it with you. Unless you're on PC, because there's no crossplay.
Yeah.
Jesse, I know you're listening, and I want to play, and I'm just waiting. Just
biding his time.
Do we want to talk about the big news from this week?
What's the big news?
Oh, you know the big news.
I really don't.
Not celebrated, but a well-known internet figure did a little something.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know about what happened with Sonichu?
Oh God! Oh no! Yeah. Oh no! Yes, I do. Oh, that's a bad one.
Let's do a quick
I
aside.
don't think I know.
Uh, so Sonic Chew has had some real big problems.
AKA
Oh yeah, I
one
do not know this.
Christine
Westland
Chandler.
Chandler.
So Sonichu allegedly has had an incestuous relationship with her mom, who has dementia, and has been arrested for that.
Well, Kevin, is it allegedly when they own up to the crime?
I'm gonna say allegedly because Sonichu, as you have seen, has like supreme mental issues, and the internet can get that person to do stuff. So like, I mean, it's bad, and that person's messed up. I'm not saying that they I'm just saying that like, internet has gotten that person to do a lot of bad things.
Needs. I think
The news has shocked Drew. He is now a robot.
or yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna take that as a no.
No, you were...
Nolan dropped out.
Okay, now you're back. What are you saying?
Or it's smart enough to handle this topic with the care.
Oh, oh no, we're not.
So I think reporting it and moving on is a good look.
What I will say, and this is just
Oh no.
of my
Oh no.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh no.
It's
Stop
okay.
looking.
It's okay.
Stop looking.
I feel
Nolan, get ready to cut the mics.
I feel that I don't like that the internet ruined Sonic Chew and Christine Chandler's life. I really don't. I feel that peaked when it was someone, like, instead of trying to destroy that person and look at everything they've done, where the thing I thought was the most beautiful was someone just had a hard book cover, leather-bound tome of every Sonic Chew comic, and it just said in a fancy font Sonic Chew on it. And I'm like, that is genius. That is where it should have stopped. Just because I feel like these kinds of people, if the internet just likes to ruin them, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
It sounds mean, but I could just observe them in the wild more than.
That's what I'm trying. Yeah, that's what I was trying. Like as where it's kind of like.
I think it's the emergency vehicles.
Like it's like Tails gets trolled. I think a lot of people like I want that to continue. I don't want someone to like ruin that person's life. I just want to see more Tails gets trolled, or like Rat Boy Genius, this weird comic that is bad but I like it. Like let it keep going. Don't drive that person to insanity. Even if, because they probably do have some mental problems, and don't exacerbate them by putting like the full force of the internet to it. And that's where I will leave my point. Apparently Tails Gets Trolled's getting new comics, but I don't know. I kind of fell off of it. Rat Boy Genius still uploads, but just not very often. It kind of had its like Infinity War moment where it talked about the electric universe and they had to destroy all the fish, and it like tied all the cartoons together. It was pretty good. Big fan of Rat Boy Genius. If you are terminally online like me, go check out Rat Boy Genius. Watch all of it.
What was that Hypno Space Outlaw? I feel like Terminally Online is the name of the sequel to that game.
Yeah.
or the subtitle for that game.
I think Hypnospace Outlaw is not going to hit unless you were terminally online. But if you are, that fucking thing hits hard. Like, if you're around in, like, 90s internet, there's some shit in there.
Spicy meatballs.
Yeah, I did not play Hypnospace. I just watched, I think I watched, like, Vinny Vinesauce play it. But, man.
Yeah.
That shit's wild.
I haven't watched it yet, but I know Rory and Jan took a look at the Steam Deck for Giant Bomb.
Oh.
I need to watch it just to see what it's like. It's apparently a little bulkier than the Switch.
Hopefully it won't have Joy-Con drift.
Well, it's also got an actual D-pad on it.
Oh, I like D-pads.
Yeah, so like the top is like a D-pad and then a joystick to the right of that, and then the screen, and then something and a set of buttons. And then there's the Steam Touch controller things underneath each set.
Yeah.
So, but I think I gotta bounce, guys.
Okay, bye, Drew.
Bye from Texas.
Bye from Texas. Anyway, we'll keep going a little bit.
Bye.
Later days.
Later days. Anyway, we can keep going a little bit. If you have anything else you want to talk about.
No, not really. I mean, I did want to ask, because this came into my brain recently.
Yeah, go for
And I
it.
probably should ask when Drew is here. But do you remember the preview channel?
Yes. Like on TV?
Yes, where, you had to go to figure out what was going to come on next.
Yeah. Oh, man, TV Guide channel ruled.
I don't know why, but, like, for some reason, I guess I was, like, watching TV at my parents' house because I was, like, taking care of the dogs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, it's so easy to, like, go through channels. What did I do before then? Like, oh, yeah.
Oh,
I had to
God.
go to the TV Guide channel. And if it was, like 129, and I got lucky, I get to see the block change.
Oh, man, that was always wild.
That's weird.
It was like, there was also a while where, like, it was the Weather Channel, and someone posted, like, the Weather Channel OST for, like, the local forecast, and some of it slapped hard. It sounded like 90s era JRPGs. Like it was one of those things where I'm like, why is this so good?
Oh, man, I don't know. It just,
Can you find it?
I don't know. It just hit me hard. I wanted to bring it up with you guys since anyone like young would have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so if you really want to, you can someone made the YouTube list of Weather Channel OST, where it's just all of, like, the Weather Channel songs. I would play it, but I don't know, that's too dangerous.
Beyond that, I think once I get home and, like, this week, I'm just going to be playing 14 like crazy.
Hell yeah. I'm playing 14. That's kind of what I do in the evening. So I just kind of play Final Fantasy 14, going through the main story. It's pretty good. I like it.
I kind of just need a new obsession right now, and that's kind of filling that void.
It'll do it. It'll treat you right. It'll let you go it. And basically, it's going to be good until you get to the credits, and then it's going to get a little because you get to, like, the credits of the main story, and then you have to do, like, some of the post-patch content, which you can kind of tell, like, oh, these two bosses were released, and then, like, 3 months later, these bosses were released, and then 3 months later, because they're kind of like, uh-oh, here's a boss, go kill it, and then you go kill it, and then they're like, uh-oh, here's a boss, go kill it, and you're like, okay, I see. This was, like, between expansions, but it's not terrible. But you can tell, like, yeah, this is just kind of filler.
No, yeah. I'm trying. So it comes with Heaven's Word,
Yeah.
and then what's the other expansion?
It's Stormblood and Shadowbringers.
Shadowbringers. Okay. And then the new one's Voidwalker.
Yeah, it's Endwalker.
So I got till November to beat everything.
Yeah, you'll get there. It's just confusing because when people use analogies, it's both SB is Stormblood and Shadowbringers.
Oh, great.
But
Because my friend, like, it's like, oh, yeah, I know. What was it? RRB is like,
yeah, Realm
I'm sorry,
Reborn.
is like tough.
Yeah.
It's like a slog. I'm like, oh, yeah, Realm Reborn. Gotcha.
I didn't think it was. Like, it's
Like,
just...
I'm so far, I'm like level 15 and I'm enjoying it so far.
Realm Reborn doesn't get a slog until you start hitting like 50. Basically, like when you get to the point where I say like you've done the story and then they just kind of like, here's a boss, get the quest, unlock the boss, here's the bot, and you gotta do that for like 4 bosses, and it's kind of like, okay, I get it. But then like the end of it is good. There's just a chunk in there that's not great, but you're still doing it. And then you gotta do a really interesting raid series, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
But yeah, it's good. I can recommend Final Fantasy. Make sure to do your MGP. You gotta get your lotto tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, I don't think you've unlocked that yet. Do you unlock?
No.
Yeah, you gotta, when you can. Don't get consumed by the gold saucer.
So don't tell Final Fantasy this, but what I did is, because my previous account started before the free trial period,
Mm-hmm.
I used another email
Oh.
so I can get the free trial.
Uh-oh.
I tricked them. I tricked them
You
good.
got him. But if you do want to you got remember, if you do turn that free trial to regular, you gotta do it in the MOG station.
Yeah.
Because people would buy the game like twice because they would just buy it and it wouldn't go on their account. So they'd have to go to the MOG station. It's just like, yeah, you gotta do that. It's weird. There's some weirdness, but anyway. Final Fantasy's good. Later days, Eorzea.
Bye.
Bye. Uh-oh, I hit the wrong button.